You can teach,
I can teach
your dog to do anything that you want him to. Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
If you just do it with patience. He will walk by your side each day. You can show,
I can show
him the way to stay. Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
If you just do it with patience. There's lots that he can learn. If you are kind but firm, he'll know he's to obey when you give him commands the right way. And you'll see,
Yes, I'll see
he'll be loyal and true, and he'll do what you want him to. Yes, you will.
Yes, I will.
If you just do it with patience.
Hi there. I see you have a dog of your own. Well, let me ask you, does he do what you tell him to do? Does he come when you call him? Does he jump up on people or insist on sleeping in your mother's favorite chair? Don't forget, he only knows what you've taught him or allowed him to do. Any dog will do whatever comes naturally to him till you teach him what he should do and what he shouldn't do. You probably don't know this, and you might find it hard to believe, but a dog doesn't think, not like a person. When you talk to him, he doesn't really understand what you're saying, although he will learn to understand a few simple words.
Mister, I don't believe that. I know my dog understands me.
How do you know?
Well, look at him now. Look at his eyes, the way his ears perk up. He's listening to every word I say. Aren't you, Spot? Now stop it, Spot. I told you not to jump on me.
Well, that's an easy one to handle, Tommy. Just press him down with your hand and say no firmly.
Just push him down? No, Spot. Like that?
Very good. Now you do that every time he jumps, and he'll learn fast.
But you said he couldn't understand.
Oh, he won't understand no, but he'll understand the sound. You have to make him stop what he's doing while you say no, and after a while he'll know what that sound means. Every time you give him a command, you use his name. Now, a name's like a command. It gets his attention for what you want him to do, but when you want to correct him, you just say no without using his name.
If he doesn't understand words, how can I teach him anything?
Well, let me ask you a question. If he doesn't think like people, how would he learn?
I guess when he did something right, I'd pet him. Or give him a dog candy, or praise him.
Good for you. Now, if he does something wrong, you scold him.
Or say no, and make him do it right. Mr. Robbins, how do you know so much about dogs?
Well, it's my business, Tommy. I train dogs.
Oh, but can you teach them as young as Spot?
How old is he?
5 months and 7 days.
Fine, that's the best time to start, 4 to 6 months old. Maybe you can teach an old dog new tricks, but it's best to start early. You know, you can't train him whenever you feel like it or whenever you think it might be fun. It's almost like sending him to school, and you're the teacher.
You mean every day? All day?
Oh, no, about 15 to 20 minutes a day to start, and then later up to a half an hour when he begins to learn. And it'll take plenty of patience to have him do things over and over until he gets them right. Tommy, do you have a proper collar and a leash? Since Spot is a big dog, you'll need a chain slip collar. If he was a small dog, you would get one made of nylon.
Dad got me a collar and leash, but I didn't know how to use them.
Want to get them?
Yeah, sure. Come on, Spot. Time for school.
Spot's a nice dog, and he likes Tommy. And that's important to remember. The thing your dog wants to do most is to please you. So when he does something right, pet him and let him know you're proud of him. And one thing you must never do, never hit your dog. First of all, you could hurt him, particularly a puppy. And second, hitting him will scare him.
Here we are, Mr. Robbins.
Now, Tommy, think. What did you just do that was a little wrong?
I didn't do anything.
Just now, when you brought Spot back, you let him pull you along. You've got to teach him to walk at your side without pulling. And let me tell you why we use the leash and slip collar. The idea is if he does something wrong, you snap the leash, the collar tightens, he's uncomfortable, so he stops. Never just drag on the leash. Remember, you use just enough pressure for his size. Don't forget, it isn't punishment, it's conditioning.
Conditioning?
Well, that's only a big word for what you said a couple of minutes ago. When he does something right, praise him.
And when he does something wrong, stop him and make him do it right.
That's really the whole basis of training a dog. It's the way he learns.
Conditioning.
Tommy!
Uh-oh, dinner time. You hungry, Spot? That's one word he understands. Coming, Mom.
See you tomorrow. Tomorrow gets here when you turn over the record.
Mom,
Yes, Tommy.
how long before dinner?
Oh, it'll be about an hour before your dad gets home.
Can I take Spot down to see Mr. Robbins now?
All right. Maybe I'll come down in a while and see what you and Spot are learning.
Now, Tommy, always remember the thing your dog wants to do is please you and make you happy. But he doesn't know how, so he has to be shown.
That's what you said yesterday. But show him what?
Well, there are some very simple, basic commands. You've already learned no.
Spot's starting to learn it, too. Last night, he tried to beg at the table. So I moved him away while I said no. Just once. And then he sat there and looked at me.
Good. Now we'll learn heel, which means he walks right beside you without pulling. Then Spot will learn sit and down and stay.
Not all at once. I think he'd get mixed up.
Good for you. I think you've got the basic idea already. You teach your dog one command and stick with that until he gets it.
I see.
All right, now let's try heel. Always say his name first. It gets his attention, and he knows you want him to do something. Say his name first, and then say heel in just an ordinary voice like this. Spot, heel. Jerk the leash backward and pat your side to encourage him to stay close.
Okay. Spot, heel. He's running ahead of me.
Keep walking, don't stop. Give a little jerk on the leash, then repeat the command and bring him back to your knee.
Spot, heel.
Very good. Now praise him. That's important every time he does something well.
Good boy, Spot. Good boy.
Is this a private class, or can I observe?
Hello, Mrs. Miller. No, I guess today isn't a private class. I'm just showing Tommy some basic ideas. But when he starts training Spot himself, they should have a place to train where Spot can pay attention only to what they're doing without any distractions.
Our backyard will be perfect. It's quiet and it's fenced in, too.
One more thing, Tommy. Always use the same word for the command and only give it one time. Now let's teach Spot to sit. The first thing you do is shorten the leash with your right hand and pull up. Say sit and push on his hind quarters with your left hand.
Oh, I pull the leash with my right hand. That lifts his head up. And push down his hindquarters with my left hand, like this. Spot, sit.
Good. Practice this at home a few times. Now, Tommy, let's teach Spot the command down. Just lift his two front legs with your hand and press his back till he's all the way down. You hold him down with your left hand, just enough to keep him there, and you get up slowly.
What if he tries to get up?
Oh, he might. Just firmly and gently put him back in position, saying down.
It really is, then, all show him and tell him.
That's the whole method of teaching a dog, Mrs. Miller. The 3 commands we've gone over so far are the basic ones. And Tommy, before we break for today, let's teach Spot to stay.
Oh, I know that one. Jimmy Price has a dog he brings to the ball games. He just tells him, "Stay, Prince." And his dog doesn't move till the game is over, and Jimmy calls him.
Let's show Spot how to do that. Suppose Spot is in the sit or down position. You take the leash at the handle end and say, "Stay." Then step around in front of him, point your finger at him, and say, "Spot, stay." Now start to walk around him from left to right and make sure the leash and collar are loose. If he starts to move or get up, snap the leash, point your finger at him, and very firmly say, "Stay."
'Cause snapping the leash makes him know he did something wrong, and he stops.
Right.
Don't you eventually take off the leash, Mr. Robbins?
After he learns what you expect of him, and he's been doing it right for a while, you quietly put down the leash and move around him or away from him.
Couldn't he run away without the leash?
He could, so Tommy, stay close enough to him that if he tries to run, you can step on the leash and command "Stay" again.
Hey, there's Dad.
Is it that late? I had no idea.
Thanks, Mr. Robbins. Can I come back again?
Of course you can, Tommy. There's so many things we can teach Spot.
And Tommy, remember, it's really all up to you.
Do 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 do. You can teach.
I can teach
Your dog to do anything
anything.
that you want him to. Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
If you just do it